on now, you can be louder than that.
One step on the choke.
Their Highnesses graciously welcome Their Excellencies Terra Pomaria, Anna Elizabeth von Engelberg, and Stefan de Kilpatrick.
He runs a baron, if you know what I mean. And he does a little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk, yeah. Your Excellency size really big on the catwalk.
Their Highnesses welcome Their Excellencies Adianta, Baron Grinyar, and Albaruna Isis Satin and Esbastet.
She's cute, I do people
Their Highnesses are overjoyed to welcome the adultiest and the prettiest pantheons, Their Excellencies Glendupin, Melisandria, and Pierce.
You know them, you love them. Coming from down south to storm up to the north of the summit. Baron Pierce! Baron
You have Their Highnesses leave to make yourselves comfortable.
So, some brief and quick announcements in the beginning. First off, I want to make another plug for pre-reg for Coronet that's happening in March. We are highlighting inspirations as co-shield board folks on your competitor shields. So if you need one, that's a whole lot of flubbing words, I'm sorry. These are for the inspirations. So if you are a fighter and you have an inspiration, please fill out the board and paint it, or have somebody paint it, and we're going to highlight all the inspirations this time at Coronet.
And please remember that the deadline for registering for Coronet, if you are a fighter and inspiration, it's a team sport, or that's what we're saying. It's not an individual sport. Team sport. Please make sure that you do the pre-reg for the tournament. And we're actually asking if you could also please make sure that you send a letter of intent, because we'd like to make sure that everybody is from the summits. And so the letter of intent's important. Also, we will be collecting largesse at Coronet. So if you are going to be a fighter and inspiration, please bring some largesse to present during invocation. You don't have to make it. You have a large community of friends and people. Ask them to help. Ask your neighbor to help. Ask your baron and baronesses to help, whoever. But largesse is really important, and it's going to be a thing that you're going to have to really work on if you are successful in the tournament. So it's important to us that you do that. Flags? Flags. We still have a few. This is the only rainbow one left that's made up. I have a few more that I haven't made up yet, but hardly any left of these. And I don't know. Do we know where they ended up?
The box is behind your throne.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. If anybody wants a flag or a pin, there's still some left.
Yes.
I did $20 for it.
For the rainbow one, $20.
$20 from Temperance. Do I hear 25? 25 from Jean-Pierre. Do I hear 30? 30 from Antoine. 35. Do I hear 35?
Yes. We'll
40.
David, do I hear 45?
50 over there.
Oh,
Adrian for 50.
50 from Adrian. Do I hear 55? 55. Ooh. 60 from Jean-Pierre.
Ooh.
You're 60? 65.
65 from Elizabeth. Going once. Going twice. 65.
Does anybody have a Sharpie?
Signatures.
Okay, we'll sign it after court.
So one of the other things that we want to highlight is those people that have come from outside of the summits to come to our events. So if you are from outside of the summits,
Would you please
give a
stand
hand
up?
raise or a sign. Yeah.
Thank you all for coming to our principality. We very much appreciate it, and thank you for giving us service too, as judges or participants or however you serve today. It's really important. Thank you so much.
Summits. Thank you.
Which one?
Diana de Winterton, Summit's Chamberlain, has business with their Alpine Highnesses. Your Excellency, what business do you have with their Highnesses?
I'm supposed to read, right? So, for the last 10 years, I have had the honor of being the Chamberlain of the Summits, and it's time for me to let go.
So in case people didn't hear, she said for the last 10 years she's been the
Thank you.
It's been an honor and a privilege to carry on the history of the regalia of the Summits. However, it's time to pass it along, and I'm honored to say Waylon is going to step up and take on.
We thank you for your service to the principality and its populace. Waylon, please come forward.
Waylon Ibn Rustam, their Highnesses have chosen you to succeed to the office of Summit's Chamberlain. Are you prepared to undertake the tasks and responsibilities of this office, to serve the principality and the people of the Summits, and to swear fealty to their Highnesses?
With all my heart, yes.
Bring forth the Grail of the Summits.
Waylon, here do I swear by mouth and hand
Here do I swear by mouth and hand
my fealty and true service.
my fealty and true service.
Faith and true service will I bear to you
Faith and true service will I bear to you
in the faithful charges of my office
in the faithful charges of my office,
and in all that may concern this realm.
and in all that may concern this realm.
So long as you rule the Summits,
So long as you may rule the Summits,
the waters of the Grail run clear,
the waters of the Grail run clear,
and the silver griffin flies free.
and the silver griffin flies free.
So say it.
So say I, Waylon Ibn Rustam.
Your Excellency, this oath do we hear, your Highnesses, this oath do we hear for our part.
This oath do we hear, and for our part,
We pledge to you and your deputies our protection.
We
we pledge to you and your deputies our protection.
We will watch over and shelter you.
We will
Watch over you and shelter you.
We will place ourselves between you and all your foes.
We will place ourselves between you and all our foes
For so long as we rule the Summits,
for so long as we rule the Summits.
and the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
And the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
So say we.
So say we, Finn, Prince Summits.
So say we, Eduardo, Prince Summits.
Say, henceforth, now be known as Summit's Chamberlain.
Be henceforth known, Chamberlain of the Summits.
For the new Chamberlain, a joyous noise! Your Excellency,
Oh, I can't get up. My foot's broken.
as well as Sindri in I'm so sorry. Harfagri. Sindri, are you still present? There you are. Wonderful.
You don't have to be.
Thank you.
Know all the arms of our fair principality. The Grail is set among the signs of the three pillars that support the glory of our lands. The Griffin shows our fierce martial skill. The laurel wreath is the symbol of our artisans. The mountain stands for enduring service. A principality stands or falls by the work of its many officers, without whose work it would crumble to dust. Therefore, proclaim to all that we, Finn and Eduardo, esteemed coronets of the Summits, Being grateful for their service, do grant officer grails to Sindri and Diana. Bear our side.
Yes. Which is good. It's down at the bottom.
This one, right.
This one. This is for you.
I should have looked at that.
Thank you so
both.
much for your service. Please know how much we appreciate all the work that you've done for us and for the Principality. And for those listening at home too, please volunteer to be a deputy, volunteer to learn an office. This is really, as the words say, it's how the Principality and the Kingdom run. And we need people to step into these offices. Thank you so much, both of you.
So much.
A joyous noise for the service of these officers! Their Highnesses invite audientum to conduct business in their court.
Mercad Monocree, come now before their excellencies. Yes. Among the holdings of the mighty Kingdom of Antir, the Barony of Adiantum, whose sprawling cities nestle between the banks of its life-giving rivers, stands unrivaled in virtue, of which none more prized than hospitality. Newcomers, like our fair waters, both sustain and provide for our future. In honor of those who freely give themselves to provide fair hospitality to our cherished newcomers, we, Baron Brynjar Olfus and Baroness Isis Bastet, award unto you, Mercad Monocree, the award of Bastet on this 10th day of February, Honor Societatis 58.
Wow. So I would like to have a word. When I created this award, it was for people who go above and beyond to welcome our newcomers, and not only into their homes, not only to help them with whatever dream they're following. It's people like Mercad, who he has archery and thrown weapons at his house, and he's had so many new people, and he goes above and beyond. And thank you. We appreciate you.
The scroll was done by our newer scribe. Where's she at? Miriam?
Right there.
It's done on papyrus, which is, for those people who do scribal work, it's picky.
Thank you for all you do.
Joyous noise. Then, for the recipient, a joyous noise. Your Highnesses, that completes our business.
Thank you.
Also, we forgot just before we move on. Diana, can you read who did this? Your scroll? We forgot to do that. So. Oh. Lynn and Adriana, and then the same. Lynn and Adriana did both the officer grail. So thank you so much for your hard work.
So we might have passed it over to you, but we're not done with both of you. Can you?
Your Excellencies Audientum, Brynjar Olfus and Isis Satin and Esbastet, please present yourselves before their Highnesses.
So service is a bedrock of the principality, and especially at the baronial level as well. And the two of you have provided a lot of service to your own barony and the people that you serve. It is evident in every action that you do. You are very selfless, and it is without question that you are deserving of this award.
Through the service you've done through your barony, you also give service to us and to the principality, and we very much appreciate that.
Please read.
The mountains of the summits have long been a symbol of enduring service throughout our lands. Therefore proclaim that we, Finn and Eduardo, Griffin Coronets of the Summits, being inspired by the example set for us and our subjects by Brynjar and Isis through their contributions to the glory of our principality, do invoke our right to recognize their service by awarding them the Grail of the Summits. February, Auto Societatis 58.
And this was designed by Elizabeth of Roxbury, calligraphed by Janara. I can't believe I can read this without my glasses. And also illuminated by Janara. You said.
And this one was designed by Elizabeth of Roxbury Mill, calligraphy done by Janara Windswift, and illumination by Adrian von Brandenburg.
Switch. Thank you.
Yes.
And then
Their Highnesses invite Terra Pomaria to conduct business in their court. Thus begins their court of their Excellency Terra Pomaria.
I'm sorry. I have an unenviable task for a new Baron. We in Terra Pomaria have lost loved ones recently, and I would ask simply for a moment of silence as we all think of the lost loved ones that have passed. Tell your people that you love them today, because tomorrow is not promised. Thank you.
Absent friends.
Absent friends.
Their Excellencies Terra Pomaria, thank you for being a part of Terra Pomaria for this moment of silence. Thus concludes the business of Their Excellencies. And resumes the business of Their Highnesses. Temperance Truelove, Summit's Alpine Scholar, has matters of the Principality for Their Alpine Highnesses Court.
Your Highnesses, I have fulfilled my duties as your champion, and reluctantly, truly, must return the regalia of my office. The gloves of bling from Berengaria made them. And this beautiful baldric, which Lono has made for the summits and is here to restore it at some point. He has volunteered to restore the painting and refurbish it, because it is my favorite piece of regalia other than the coronet. So I have to step down.
Your Highnesses, we thank you for your faithful and diligent service.
We thank you for your faithful and diligent service.
As our arts and sciences champion.
As our arts and sciences champion.
We will not forget the service. Forget the service.
Not forget it.
We will not forget the service.
To ourselves and our principality.
to ourselves and our principality.
We ask for one final service
We ask for one final service
before we release you.
before we release you.
Provide us with a successor worthy of championship.
Provide us with a successor worthy of this championship.
I have this day held a competition and found a person fit and worthy to serve. May I call them forward?
Yes, please do.
Summits. Will Don Hella Heartsblood
Okay, now I'm gonna cry. I do that. I laugh.
You don't have to kneel.
Thank you.
Know that temperance has served us well.
Know that temperance has served us well,
And we place great faith in their counsel
and we place great faith in their counsel
for their choice of their successor.
for the choice of their successor.
Would you continue the faithful and diligent service
Will you continue the faithful and diligent service
that they have given to us?
that they have given to us?
Somehow, victorious this day,
Victorious this day,
I would serve as Alpine Scholar in this principality.
I will serve as Alpine Scholar for this principality.
Your Highness, we find your skill and effort worthy
We find your skill and efforts worthy
and accept your service.
and accept your service.
Bring forth the grail of the sun.
Bring forth the grail of the summits.
Don Helen, here do I swear by mouth and hand,
Here do I swear by mouth and hand,
my fealty and true service.
my fealty and true service.
Faith and true service will I bear to you
Faith and true service will I bear unto you,
in all that may concern this realm,
in all that may concern this realm,
enriching your realm in the skills of mind and hand.
enriching your
Realm
realm,
in
the seals of mind and hand.
So long as we rule the summits,
So long as you rule the summits,
the waters of the grail run clear,
the waters of the grail run clear,
and the silver griffin flies free.
and the silver griffin flies free.
So say I,
So say I, Don Hella Heartsblood.
Highness, this oath do we hear and for our part.
This oath do we hear, and for our part,
We pledge to you and your household our protection.
we pledge to you and your household our protection.
We will watch over and shelter you.
We will watch over you and shelter you.
We will place ourselves between you and your foes.
We will place ourselves between you and your foes.
For so long as we rule the summits,
For so long as we rule the summits,
and the high mountains hold the grail up to the sky.
and the high mountains hold the grail up to the sky.
So say we, Finn, Prince Summits.
So say we, Eduardo, Prince Summits.
Eduardo, take from us the regalia of the Alpine Scholar.
Take from us the regalia of the Alpine Scholar.
And now, take your place at our side.
By Arian the Wanderer for the Arts and Science Champion to distribute as Chief Cheesefist. May I also announce them? Competitors, you were amazing. It was truly an astounding gathering, and I have your feedback and the puppet documentation after court, as well as a coin from the Arts and Science Champion, former champion, to you in thanks of your excellent participation. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Your Excellency, before you depart,
A kingdom stands or falls by its accomplishments. Our armies would stand unclothed and disarmed without our artisans and craftsmen. As our former champion of arts and sciences, we invite you, Temperance Truelove, to become a member of the Order of the Jewel of the Summits. May all know that your accomplishments in the arts and sciences are a tribute to our principality. May you go forth and teach, and may we learn and benefit from your contributions. Thus done by our hand and seal this 10th day of February, Anno Societatis 58. Pin Prince, Eduardo, Prince.
There's no tag on the back, but
This is a hand-done award by Adrian von Brandenburg.
The newest Alpine scholar and the newest recipient of the Jewel of the Summits. 3 cheers! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Will true Tierson come before their highnesses?
I'll speak about this while he's walking up. So this is an award that was handed out at Ursulmus by their majesties. It is in recognition of archery and period bow, and it is an award that is given out to those archers. So they wanted to make sure that you were given that as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about the award? Do you know
what that means?
Let me say.
Yes.
This is an award for the Interkingdom Archery competition that's done throughout the realm of all the known lands, and I was participated in a period bow contest. I suggest that you all give it a try.
Interkingdom.
Real quick. On tier had at least 8 of those. On tier was representing, and thank you for representing the summit.
My pleasure.
Yes, and
As such, please scoot a little closer, Your Excellency.
I think from the just small little bit that you heard from True, that you can see how much he cares about the things he does. The passion that he brings to everything he touches. I wasn't thinking that. You can see it every time in his smile, right? That True smile is amazing. In his eyes, when he talks about archery or when he's talking about how he's carving stones. When he's on the field, you can see that twinkle in his eye. And of course, supporting his wife in all she undertakes. You just feel the joy.
I can't say it anymore. My husband's tears speak of your joy and the pleasure that we get to in just being in your presence and being friends with you. And what you share to the summits is beyond. So please, you honor me.
A defense against the mortal sin of despair, progeny of the knightly virtue of hope. Joy both brightens and strengthens the spirit. Among those people known to the noble principality of the summits, some stand boldly above their fellows, bringing optimism, good company, and joy to all who are fortunate enough to share their company. In recognition of such fair virtue, do we, Finn and Eduardo, Alpine coronets, bestow the joy of the summits to True Tierson. Splendid and the fortifying virtue of joy, and will be known throughout the land by his uplifting spirit and welcome smile. Done by our hand and February, Anno Societatis 58.
So this scroll was done by Gennaro Winswift.
It's original scroll.
An original scroll.
Man.
The design is based on Ernest Stave church door carving from 10th and 11th century with your own figurine.
Man, that is super neat.
Oh, we made it a pin instead of.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Can I take a slow walk back?
Yes.
Thank you.
For the
Thank you.
newest joy of the summits, a joyous noise! All of the children here present are invited to come before their highnesses.
I'm a child of horror.
No.
So, having just talked about the joy of the summits, is this not a bundle of joy? So, I want to say thank you as children who are involved in our society and involved in this game. Had me for a second. Seeing the joy in your faces when you come to events brings me joy. So thank you all for that. Okay, it's candy time. I get it. With that, we have some fun treats that Jasmine will take over there. For your participation today and being involved, I saw a lot of you helping out and being sort of in the rooms and playing games and being with your parents and different activities, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
For the
Big hand for the children.
A joyous noise!
There we go. There we go.
I got two balls!
She's armed.
Oh my God!
Ceasefire!
Quiet Coyote, thank you. Catherine of the Lakes, your presence is requested before the Griffin Princes.
So we wanted to speak of your service as well, doing the art, the web minister piece, helping out at the Gold Key, making sure that people feel like they're included. That's a huge, huge service to our principality. Thank you so much for that.
And their excellencies and many other people have told us about how invaluable you are to the barony and thus to our principality.
The mountains of the summits have long been a symbol of enduring service throughout our lands. Therefore, proclaim that we, Finn and Eduardo, Griffin Coronets of the Summits, being inspired by the example set for us and our subjects by Catherine of the Lakes through their contributions to the glory of our principality, do invoke our right to recognize their service by awarding them the Grail of the Summits.
Can I put it on?
And then this was designed by Tegan of Conway. The calligraphy was Janara Windswift, and the illumination was done by Adrian von Brandenburg.
For the newest recipient of a service grail, 3 cheers. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Their Highnesses now invite forward everyone for whom this is their first event.
There was a couple they made,
Yes.
I know quite a few people.
Yes.
Can we include the front desk, please?
We include the front desk. If you know of those people and they are around, please come and find us because we can present them with something for their first event. Yeah.
Robin Bowring, Bard of the Summits, has matters of the Principality for their Alpine Highnesses court.
Hello, Highnesses. Your Alpine Highnesses, my tenure as Bard of the Summits has drawn to an end, and regretfully, I must return unto your Highnesses the regalia of this championship.
We thank you for your faithful and diligent service.
And will not forget this service.
And will not forget this service to ourselves or the principality.
We ask but one final service before we release you.
We ask but one final service before we release you.
Provide us with a successor worthy of this championship.
Please provide us with a successor worthy of this championship.
This day, I have fulfilled my final duty and service. Here this day is one who has proven themselves worthy of the championship as Bard of the Summits, being victorious over all others who aspired this day to be your champion, though I will say all three of our competitors did a wonderful job. Felix Gaius, whose name continues on, but who I don't know the rest. Come here. Come here.
Whatever is comfortable for you.
You did a wonderful job.
Know that Robin Bowering has served us well. As our bard, we place great faith in their counsel for the choice of their successor.
Would you continue the faithful and diligent service they have given us?
Will you continue the faithful and diligent service they have given us?
I will.
Victorious this day,
Victorious this day,
I would serve as Bard of the Summit.
I would serve as Bard of the Summits.
Bring forth the Grail.
Hold on, I'm getting all the things.
Repeat after me. Here do I swear by mouth and hand.
Here do I swear by mouth and hand,
Not fealty and true service.
by fealty and true service.
Faith and true service will I bear to you
Faith and true service will I bear to you
in all that may concern this realm.
in all that may concern this realm,
Enriching your realm with the Bardic art,
enriching your realm with the Bardic art,
so long as you rule the summit
so long as you rule the summits
and the waters of the Grail run clear.
and the waters of the Grail run clear,
And the silver griffin flies free.
and the silver griffin flies free.
So say I.
So say I, Gaius Aurelianus Felix.
Your Highnesses, this oath do we hear and for our part.
This oath do we hear, and for our part,
We pledge to you and your household our protection.
pledge to you and your household our protection.
We will watch over you and shelter you.
We will watch over you and shelter you.
We will place ourselves between you and all your foes.
We will place ourselves between you and all our foes,
For so long as we rule the summits
For so
so long as we rule the summits,
and the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
and the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
So say we, Finn, Prince Summits.
So say we, Eduardo, Prince Summits.
And take this regalia as Bard of the Summit.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Take this regalia as Bard of the Summits.
And take your place at our side.
For the new
Our
Bard
side.
of the Summit, 3 cheers! Hip hip! Hip hip! And a joyous noise for all the competitors!
Yes.
Robin.
Know all people by these presents that Robin Bowering has served faithfully and honorably as Bardic champion of the Principality of the Summit, and is hereby entered into the Order of the Lark and Mountain, in acknowledgement whereof. We do here set our hand and seal this 10th day of February, Anno Societatis 58, being 2024, Gregorian, Prince Finn, Prince Eduardo.
It was an absolute pleasure to work with you even for this brief time going through the championship today and to see the passion that you bring to the Bardic arts. Thank you so much.
Who made this?
I'm going to need a Aaron of Glendupin.
And I believe the calligraphy was finished by Adrian.
Fabulous, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
Thank you so much.
I really just want to say everybody who competed today did a wonderful, really beautiful job, and I couldn't have asked for a better crop of people, and I hope to see you all next year.
Oh.
Would McElroy come before their highnesses?
Request the sharp axe.
Mikhail. So everybody can see how resplendent Mikhail looks with his German finery, but there's more to it than just the bling and the beauty. He patterns his own garb, he makes his own garb. He's done such a good job of representing German costuming and German personas in our principality. He also, in case you didn't see today, did a great job on his armor blackening. With the research that he's doing and the way that he's going, we're very impressed with those sorts of things. And he also shares what he learns with everyone and teaches just by being around people. So today we would like to have our herald read this for us.
Know all the arms of our fair principality. The Grail is set among the signs of the three pillars that support the glory of our lands. The Griffin shows our fierce martial skill. The laurel wreath is the symbol of our artisans. The mountain stands for enduring service. Mikahoy, your craft and skill aspires to the sign of the laurel. Therefore, at this time, we grant unto you the token of the Grail of the summits. Bear our sign with pride. Done by our hand and seal this 10th day of February, Anno Societatis 58. Finn, Prince. Eduardo, Prince.
This scroll was designed by Tegan of Conway. It was calligraphed by Gennaro Winstriff, and it was illuminated by blank. By
You did it.
We're gonna go with Adrian.
Adrian did it. If in doubt, Adrian did it.
For us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let all the officers of the summit and their deputies come forward before their highnesses.
Or all that haven't.
If you haven't sworn at this point.
No, but I swear all the
But if you want to do it again, that's totally cool.
Don't you know?
Bring forth the Grail of the summit.
I'll swear.
Different position.
Reaffirming.
Here do I swear by mouth and hand.
Here do I swear by mouth and hand.
My true service in the administration of my office.
My true service in the administration of my office.
Honest counsel will I bear to you.
Honest counsel will I bear to you.
In all that may concern this realm.
In all that may concern this realm.
So long as you rule the summit.
So long as you rule the summits.
The waters of the Grail run clear.
The waters of the Grail run clear.
And the silver griffin flies free.
And the silver griffin flies free.
So say I.
So say I.
This oath we do here.
This oath do we hear,
And for our part.
and for our part,
We pledge to you and your deputies.
we pledge to you and your deputies
Our assistance and guidance.
our assistance and guidance
And advocacy.
and advocacy.
We will support you in your service.
We will support you in your service
To the principality and your office.
to the principality and your office
For so long as we rule the summit.
for so long as we rule the summits.
And the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
And the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
So say I, Finn, Prince, Summit.
So say I, Eduardo, Prince, Summit.
Thank you all for your service.
Don't forget to step in the ice.
Yep.
I am not having a good day.
Their Highnesses now call upon those of the populace who wish to pledge fealty or service to the coronets of Summit.
I shall.
Bring forth the Grail of the Summit. I like to say that.
I can jam.
And the other two, like,
Yes, of course.
Oh, gosh. We will be offering both an opportunity for fealty and service, and I will prompt you if you have a preference between one or the other. Okay? So everybody repeat after me. By this pledge, I affirm that Finn and Eduardo
By this pledge, I affirm that Finn and Eduardo
are the rightful coronets of summits.
are the rightful coronets of summits.
During fealty, repeat after me. Fealty and truth will I bear to them.
Fealty and truth will I bear to them.
During service, repeat after me. Faithful and true service will I bear to them.
Faithful and true service will I bear to them.
Everybody together, in all that may concern this realm.
In all that may concern this realm.
So long as they rule the summits.
So long as they rule the summits.
The waters of the Grail run clear.
The waters of the Grail run clear.
And the silver griffin flies free.
And the silver griffin flies free. So say I.
Gladly we hear you, and for our part.
Gladly we hear you, and for our part,
We pledge to you and your households our advocacy.
we pledge to you and your households our advocacy.
We will speak for you and yours.
We will speak for you and yours.
We will represent you in this and all other realms.
We will represent you in this and all other realms.
For so long as we rule the summits.
For so long as we rule the summits,
And the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
and the high mountains hold the Grail up to the sky.
So say we, Finn, Prince, Summits.
So say we, Eduardo, Prince, Summits.
Everyone's got it. All right.
No, it's actually a skirt. You gotta kick. Yeah, you gotta like. I'm not used to being a girl. I like dressing in the summer as a guy. It's a lot easier.
Would Caius Suez coach come now before their highnesses?
That was a sticky wicket right there.
Accompanied by Hank, obviously. Hank.
I know what I meant. I know what you mean. Oh.
You don't have to.
I might not be able to.
Slight crank.
Sorry, can't move.
You got it? Would you like to share? Ready? Yep. You're good. There we go. We'll just keep standing.
I'm gonna stand.
Standing is good.
Okay, sorry.
So we have heard great words about your service at Gate and at Gold Key and helping out at your Baronio level. People like you are what make this society run. People spoke great words of you, and we cannot speak enough of them. So I'll let the friends speak those things for you when you see them. Okay? Please hear these words, because you are amazing, and we want to honor you this.
Know all the arms of our fair principality. The Grail is set among the signs of the three pillars that support the glory of our lands. The griffin shows our fierce martial skill. The laurel wreath is the symbol of our artisans. And the mountain stands for enduring service. Caius de Westcote, your service to our principality shows the virtue of the hills. Therefore, this time we grant unto you a token of the Grail of the summit. Bear our sign with pride. Then Prince, Eduardo Prince, done by our hand and seal this 10th day of February, Anno Societatis 58.
This was designed by Tegan of Conway, calligraphy by Gennaro Winswift, and illumination by Zuleika.
For the newest recipient of the service Grail, 3 cheers. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Woo! Their Highnesses invite the event steward into their court.
Please.
Did everyone have a good time today? I am happy to say there was 161 people today. Thank you to everyone who came, especially those, well, not especially those. To everyone who came, including those I'm never going to get. Thank you to everybody who came. I do have a couple of pieces of business. Lucas and we had some competitions today. There was a wonderful bread competition. There was a butters competition and a largesse competition. And they have the winners. Keep moving farther away.
Your Excellencies, Your Highnesses, may I address the populace? We had a wonderful largesse competition today that we had 9 entrants in. Thank you very much for participating. A bounty of wonderful things were given to the competition. We had a very fierce competition overall. Got to get the thing on it. I know. There was a lot of counting to be done on all the little stones we used. And I have to say that it pleases me greatly that His Excellency Seamus was the winner of said. His prize, made by His Excellency Clovis, is this wonderful propane fire pit. Pretty and fancy. Breaks down a little smaller. And then on behalf of the Summit's Highnesses, we would like to gift the hosting barony a bunch of largesse from today's competition. So, thank you all for having us. Thank you all for participating. It was amazing.
So we had a bread competition and a butter making competition. Our judges were William Jeffrey the Rogue, Caius de Westcote, Jack Wild von Hessen, and Baroness Isis. For the butter competition, we had 5 entries, and our winner with the honey butter was Krista of Starfall. Is a keeper of butter. You put the butter in the lid, and it goes into the bottom with just a little water. It keeps it fresh and wonderful.
Nice. Nice.
And a linen napkin.
Thank you.
No, don't go. I'm not. We also had 2 entries for the bread making contest, and for the emmer bread, the winner is Krista of Starfall. This amazing cutting board made by Lordship Alan Bowyer. What woods are these maple?
We got maple, walnuts, mahogany, and cherry.
Beautifully made and sealed with his own handmade beeswax and walnut oil. And all of this is because of Baroness Isis's inspiration for my deep dive into Egyptian butter, bread, all of that. It's all about Thank you for all of the entrants and congratulations. And I hope you all enjoyed all the food.
All the
Thank you
for running your competition. As far as wrap up tonight, we do need to wrap up around 10 for those of you who want to stay and socialize. If I may have a moment, can I give some goodies to their excellencies and their highnesses? Maybe. Not in any specific order, only because that's what's coming up.
For those of you who don't know, Ainsley's Cookies, coin of the realm.
The best.
They are very
They're
famous.
here. I swear they're here.
Well, if you can't find the real,
Uh-huh.
Do you need a lackey? I'll have Carrie.
You're more than one
Now, you notice I'm carrying a pretty big basket. If you did any form of volunteer work this weekend at all, please come see me, and including if you have gluten-free allergy, gluten-free needs, because I have those too. So, yeah, come see me and collect your payment. I think that's everything.
Not quite.
thank you so much for everything.
Can I try? Yeah.
And here's a bag of largesse to share with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Because you're about to get Skitter. Thank you so much. Skitter. Skitter. Thank you very much, everyone. And I'm glad everyone had a great time.
For the event steward and their team, a very loud, joyous noise.
So I just want to say thank you so much for an amazing event that was put on, having the opportunity to see a lot of the Bardic arts, peruse through the arts themselves and the displays that were done today. I am so proud to be part of the summits, for we create such great beauty in art.
It's an important event for me, having been a former Kingdom Arts and Sciences champion twice. This is a really important event, and having had an apprentice who was Summit's Alpine Scholar twice, also very important. But the work that we do in the arts and sciences and the Bardic are an outward expression of the love that we have for the SCA, the Middle Ages, and the arts and sciences that encompass them. This is a really great and important event. Thank you so much for coming.
There being no further business, thus ends the court of Prince Finn and Prince Eduardo. For the Majesty's on cheer, long life! Long life! For the Highness's summits, long life! Long life! For their Highness's cheery, long life! Long life! For the baronages of the summits, long life! Long life! Summit! 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 On cheer! On cheer! On cheer! On cheer! On cheer! On cheer!
Wow.
Good gentle soul!